Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Before starting, subscribe and like the videos, it really helps. The content from this video are taken from the web novel and manga series of Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. Now please enjoy the video. Volume 12 Chapter 5 Desert Journey Part 1. The second day since we started our trek in the desert, we continued north. On the second day as well, we made our resolve to fight the monsters. This desert has a lot of monsters. We especially have to be careful of sandworms. There's no problems if we are cautious with the worms while walking. However, there are times where we can't pay attention to our feet. For example, in the middle of battle. Once, while fighting a twin death scorpion, a sandworm appeared. It swallowed me whole, and seemed like it was about to drag me into the ground. I panicked a little, and immediately cast intermediate level, Wind Slice, and sliced his body to bits. With earth magic I escaped to the surface. Elinalise got poisoned by the twin death scorpion. She was shaken up when she saw me get done in by the sandworm. Elinalise's knees crumbled and her face was purple. I immediately killed the twin death scorpion. Then I saved Elinalise with intermediate level detoxification. It wasn't anybody's fault. It was merely bad timing. That way of killing it, as expected of the quagmire. "You've saved me." Elinalise didn't blame me for her almost dying. Even though from one's point of view, it was from my negligence. What an amazing person. Don't make such a face. Even if you concentrate as much as you could, there are times when it's just not enough. This was just one of those times. That's all there is. We were very close to being annihilated. She understood that quite well. It was only that time when we felt such dread. Right now we're moving along smoothly. On the way, we saw an enormous monster. It was walking clumsily from far away. Just by walking, clouds of dust were stirring, but we knew from afar. Maybe it's about 100 meters? It's a creature that's hard to describe. It's like a blue whale that has multiple elephant-like feet attached to it. That's a behemoth. You know what that is, Elinalise? Oh, would you finally stop addressing me so formally? No, never. I always show my respect to elders. Zenoba is older than you, though? That's because he's a big child. It seems behemoths are a well-known creature that live in the Begarito continent. Their lengths range from 100 meters to 1,000 meters. What they eat is unknown. They're found in the desert. Their personality is quite gentle for a monster. As long they're not attacked, they're pretty docile. In the past, according to stories from people that defeated behemoths, was that they carry a lot of magic stones in their stomachs. When people heard that, they made plans on getting rich quick. But taking down a behemoth was difficult. The skin was extremely firm and hard, with a tough body that doesn't flinch when facing ordinary attacks. Although there are ways to attack, just having that giant body rampaging is enough to be a threat. One would think, why not use long-range attacks? However, when a behemoth feels he's in danger, it escapes by diving deep underground. Therefore, there aren't many people that have claimed to kill one. Also, it's been said that nobody can find a corpse of that, despite its giant body. Thus, there were rumors that there exists a grave for behemoths. It seems there are a large amount of behemoth bones and magic stones there. An imagery of that kind of grave, I am a little excited. I wonder if a reason for that is that they eat demons? If it's Rudeus, you could do pretty well, no? I have no intention of attacking innocent herbivores. But, if I ever run into money troubles, maybe I'll amuse myself with a long-range fight. Part 2 The third day, we encountered a sandstorm. No, it might be strange to say that we encountered it. While we were walking, we saw something that looked like a wall from far away. When we got closer, it was a sandstorm. Although I consulted with Elinalise that we should wait until it dies off, it seems that this sandstorm seems to be fixed on one spot. There were no signs of it ceasing. Since we needed to hurry on our journey, I stopped the sandstorm with my magic and broke through. I've been told it's best not to mess with the weather too much, but it can't be helped. After walking for about an hour, I suddenly turned back. A sandstorm reformed in that same place again. Perhaps that was another type of magical barrier. Like a natural barrier to block off the path to the teleport ruins Orsted used. Nanahoshi didn't say anything like that, though. It seems she didn't have the luxury of checking her surroundings. There may be some things she doesn't remember. Her information may not be entirely accurate. Part 3 Fourth day. The number of monsters decreased significantly. That sandstorm must have done its duty by acting as a barrier. The ecosystems were totally different before and after passing through the sandstorm. Not a single sign of a scorpion tail, and there were no herds of ants. Even the sandworms were only about as big as Elinalise's body. Around evening time, we sometimes saw raptors. However, the herds were few, and their bodies were small. While there were a lot of Garuda, I couldn't find a shadow or shape of them now. At night, Succubus no longer attacked us. Should I be happy or sad about this? No, I am not sad at all. Part 4, 5th day. We walked across the desert. A sea of sand as far as the eye can see. A landscape that stretches endlessly. When a person walks without landmarks, even though he intends to walk straight, he'll instead walk in a big circle and come back to the same place. It seems it's because the pace between the right and left leg differs. I don't think it's like that for Elinalise. However, speaking of which, that sand dune, I feel like I've seen it before. When I thought about that for a moment, a seed of doubt began to grow. Don't tell me, Elinalise is lost. Well, let it grow. As long as I don't speak out, it's fine. If I speak out, Elinalise would feel bad. If she feels bad, our teamwork will crumble. Crumbling teamwork means death. All I can do is forgive. When Elinalise makes a mistake, I can only forgive with a smile. I must not condemn her. Yeah. Rudeus. I can see something. It seems that determination was for naught. Elinalise pointed ahead, and I could see something swaying in the heat haze. Let me confirm. I used earth magic to create a stone pillar. From the top, I confirmed from afar. There was something over there. However, I still don't know what it is using my eyes. It may be a mirage. We are heading straight over there. While being careful of monsters, we headed there in earnest. Come to think of it, we had not encountered a single monster today. There may not be any monsters in this area. No, we mustn't let our guard down. While thinking that, we saw it clearly. It's a huge rock that resembles that of Ayer's rock. It was about 50 meters high. The word rock ledge comes to mind. Although it's not directly perpendicular to the ground, it's a formation that one would have hard time climbing. This seemed to stretch beyond the horizon. There was no end in sight. Shall we take a detour? No, let's go up. I'll use magic. I used earth magic to create a stone pillar. Elinalise held onto me, and aimed towards the top with my makeshift elevator. However, suddenly my body felt uneasy. I felt a strange sensation of something rubbing my butt. Elinalise-san. What is it? Your hand movements are a bit lewd. Just a habit, don't mind me. For the few minutes till we reached the top of the ledge. Me and Elinalise's body clung together. Perhaps it's the effects of the curse. I poured magic into the magical tool. However, I am merely extending its limit. It's been about 10 days since she did it with Cliff. While it's thanks to this magic tool that she's still hanging on, in the end it's only a prototype. I must be careful. I want to get to a place with people fast. If the time comes, I have no choice but to be her partner. But, that's definitely having an affair. You can even say it's adultery. No matter how much of a fault the curse is on this trip, I will not do it with Elinalise. Haven't I decided that before starting this journey? If there's a place in the bazaar that deals with male prostitution, that would be good. It would be best if we recognize it as relieving one's sexual urges. It's for both of our sakes. Elinalise, we've arrived at the top of the ledge. Yes, it seems so. Elinalise didn't separate from me. She was feverishly gazing around my shoulders. Please let go. Sorry. Elinalise pushed away, but her gaze was focused at my bottom half. I felt my chastity was in danger. Maybe going up here while being hugged was a bad idea. There might have been a better way. In retrospect, I could have avoided making physical contact with her. Though again, I might have messed up our balance. Oh no, I must get to a bazaar fast. Let's go. Okay. At Elinalise's urging, we started walking. In the next moment, a shadow was cast at our foot. Rudeus. Get down. A sudden scream before I confirm what was above me. I hugged the ground. At that moment there was something that flew over my head. I felt a sense of dread run down my back. Immediately getting up, I confirmed its identity. A sand-colored monster, with hands and feet of a lion, and had a head of an eagle. Flapping its enormous wings, it landed somewhere close by. It's a griffin. Elinalise's scream. It's an enemy. My mind instantly switched gears. I turned around facing the griffin and held my staff. Our position was bad. Elinalise was more or less behind me. We were put unexpectedly into a back attack position. No, even in this situation Elinalise can move pretty well. She can easily switch with me and return back to the front line. Rudeus, we're pairing up. I'll leave that side to you. It's not as I had first, though. Behind me, I could hear the sound of flapping. There were two griffins. We were caught in a pincer. I have to take down Griffin A that's in front of me. If I dodged and Griffin A is aiming for Elinalise, her back will become vulnerable to attack. No, it's better that way. Elinalise will fight against those two, and I'll bring them down one by one. That was the pattern of how we did things up till now. No, this time it's different. She said she'll leave that side to me. If I don't take it down, Elinalise can't support me. Alright. The Griffin leaned forward, half opened its beak, and glared at me. Its clothes. The Griffin looks pretty smart. It seems like it would dodge my rock bullet. Or possibly, it will just take the bullet head on. I want to bring it down for certain. Let's not use the rock bullet. That guy has wings, I don't know how long he can keep flying. But it seems the effects of a quagmire would be very little. In that case, let's use wind. The Griffin's hind legs were gathering strength. It's coming. The Griffin's back legs gave off a sharp tap sound. Like a tiger it spread its 4 legs and pounced. I crouched down, and used magic on the ground. Upper level earth magic less than earth hedgehog greater than. The length was 3 meters. From my surroundings it expanded in a circle. QA. The Griffin immediately moved with the wings behind his back. Less than it's controlling its trajectory in the air, and will promptly turn around and leave. Greater than I can see it. I can see it with my demon eye. I used wind magic with my left hand. I generated a small tornado, and stole the Griffin's control. The Griffin hung in midair. However, even so it twisted like a cat and tried to land. Without a moment's delay, I let loose a rock bullet at its landing point. The rock bullet flew with an ear-splitting sound. Impact. The body of the Griffin had a black hole opened up. In the next moment, the echo of a gunshot. The Griffin staggers for a bit without making a sound, then fell with a thud. I immediately finished it off with fire magic. I immediately turned around. Is Elinalise alright? She was fine. She took on the Griffin's attack with her shield, and used her estoc. The Griffin's front legs were dyed red. Elinalise was attacking at that spot. Focusing her attacks in one place, she was sapping the enemy's strength. Elinalise. Stone cannon. I shouted from behind her, and let loose a rock cannonball. Elinalise sidestepped away. The Griffin didn't chase after Elinalise. It was aware of me, and attempted to dodge my rock bullet. However, Elinalise promptly lunged with her estoc. She shallowly struck at the Griffin's forelegs that were still on the ground. The Griffin fell with a jerk. It was unable to evade my rock bullet. Impact. A hole opened at the back of its neck. The rock cannonball tore apart the Griffin's innards as it passed right through. It broke its spinal cord, and went through the other side. The Griffin, along with its neck, fell to the ground. The body of the Griffin was twitching and convulsing. Elinalise finished it off with a blow to the head with the estoc. After that, I burned the Griffin up with fire magic. We beat them. Afterwards, we became vigilant for any pursuers. After a while, we exhaled in relief. Phew, I apologize, I let down my guard a bit. No, I also must take responsibility for not confirming what was above us. We apologized to each other for our failures, then we looked straight ahead. While there's some sand on this rock ledge, it is solid rock. There doesn't seem to be a need to be cautious of what's beneath us. From this point on, let's pay attention to the skies. You're right. After doing a minimal checkup, Elinalise and I started to walk again. That's it guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want more and don't forget to like the videos.